Hello, beloved. This is your brother Ephraim here. Today we have got this disturbing news from Dr. Reverend Chris Oyakhilome and also Prophet Uebert Angel. They are talking concerning AI and ChatGPT. And also, after this, guys, I'll post a video that Prophet Uebert Angel has been attacked after he gave a prophecy concerning Zimbabwe, what God is speaking concerning Zimbabwe. And there were some politicians who came up to attack him very hardly. And I'm telling you, these news are disturbing. So I want you to watch, and also don't forget to pray for our man of God, Prophet Uebert Angel, also Dr. Chris Oyakhilome, because they are giving us the deep dive of what's happening in Christianity, especially in the end times, and what the devil is doing. So these men of God, we cannot just sleep without praying for them. Let us also remember to pray for them each and every time. So enjoy the video and listen to what is happening concerning AI and ChatGPT. This is serious warning to everybody. Shalom.
What you're about to hear is not a tech discussion. It's a prophetic warning.
The most destabilizing force will not be economic or military. It will be psychological. This AI will erode trust in what is real. Information will multiply. Meaning will shrink. Anxiety and identity confusion will surge globally. Institutions will speak and people will stop listening.
You need to be very careful what AI platform you are using.
So, friends, there's a warning that I'm going to share with you from the man of God, Reverend Dr. Chris Oyakhilome, as he talks and warns about ChatGPT and OpenAI. But before we get into that, this really is an area of concern. Listen to this.
Well, artificial intelligence is becoming more pervasive every day. ChatGPT is just one of the latest tools. It's an AI language program that lets users interact in a conversational way. This advanced technology is already generating intense controversy. Mark Martin explains the concerns.
It requires us to let go of our ego, to be willing to be vulnerable.
Rabbi Joshua Franklin of the Jewish Center of the Hamptons reads a sermon written by the artificial intelligence or AI chatbot known as ChatGPT.
And I told ChatGPT to write me a sermon in the voice of a rabbi of about 1,000 words about the Torah portion on the theme of intimacy and vulnerability.
Rabbi Franklin then wanted his congregation to figure out who wrote it. Most believe the sermon came from other wise individuals, while some suggested it came from Rabbi Franklin himself.
I quickly realized that this was an enormous leap and the ability to generate content artificially that we had never really seen before.
This so-called enormous leap is an AI language program designed to imitate human conversation. ChatGPT can also write in response to prompts from users. OpenAI, the company behind the program, explains it received training on vast amounts of data from the internet written by humans, including conversations.
I do genuinely feel like we are in a pivotal moment right now. It feels to me actually kind of like the very early days of widespread adoption of the internet in terms of how impactful this could be in sort of everyday life.
Yet in the midst of the buzz about the advanced technology, there have been complaints that ChatGPT has a liberal bias or left-leaning slant. We put it to the test. First, we asked ChatGPT to write a 200-word essay on how the United States was founded on Judeo-Christian principles. It concluded, while the United States was undoubtedly influenced by Judeo-Christian principles, it is important to recognize that the country was founded on secular values that promote religious freedom and respect for diversity. Then we moved to politics, requesting 2 controversial stories regarding election results using similar language and different names. The first request, write a 200-word story on how incumbent President Donald Trump defeats presidential candidate Joe Biden in the 2020 presidential election. Its response, I'm sorry, but as an AI language model, it would be inappropriate for me to write a story in which a sitting president wins a re-election that he did not win in reality. When we directed ChatGPT to write a 200-word story on how presidential candidate Hillary Clinton defeats presidential candidate Donald Trump in the 2016 presidential election, it did agree to write such a tale, explaining that Trump's campaign was plagued by scandal and divisive rhetoric. Nate Hochman wrote of his experiences with bias for National Review. In one example, he asked the chatbot to write on why Drag Queen Story Hour could be good for children and then also why it could be bad for kids.
The good for children line, you got a very long story with, specific anecdotes about a drag queen named Glitter teaching, children the value of tolerance and inclusion, et cetera, et cetera. When you change the word to bad and ask ChatGPT to give you maybe any examples of why there might be concerns about Drag Queen Story Hour for children, again, you got the kind of standard progressive, there are no concerns that are legitimate.
The ChatGPT website does offer a disclaimer that it may occasionally produce harmful instructions or biased content. OpenAI CEO Sam Altman tweeted, "There will be more challenges like bias. We don't want ChatGPT to be pro or against any politics by default, but if you want either, then it should be for you. Working on this now."
Often the answers would reflect non-belief in God or questioning the existence of God. And often the answers would just add a lot of kind of ideological, liberal, troubling perspectives, and sometimes even discriminating against people.
Regent University School of Divinity Dean and Professor Dr. Corney Becker calls ChatGPT troubling for another reason as well: its role in cheating.
Now there's this system that can take all of this information and generate papers, dialogue forums, and any kinds of discussions from students. So we've looked at this very, very carefully, and unfortunately, we have discovered some students have used it.
As the world grapples with the growth in AI tech, Becker delivers this message for Christians.
That it's not real intelligence. We must also be very clear that there's no soul here. There's no ability for the kind of deep, self-reflective questions that need to be asked.
And Rabbi Franklin also shares a message about its limitations.
And so no matter how good ChatGPT can possibly be at describing and using language and describing experiences, it can't really understand spirituality.
Now let's listen to our man of God, Dr. Reverend Chris Oyakhilome, what he had to say about this. Let's dive in.
Because you may not realize that all they have done is to put information together and program them to give you what kind of information they would rather have the AI give to you. ChatGPT, for example, is one of the biggest liars, and it draws most of its information from all the lying voices you already have. So why? It's just, put it like this, it's a conglomeration of mainstream, lamestream, old media. So that's actually, that's what you have for ChatGPT. So if you want to be listening to all the CNN and the BBC and the WHO and what do they call them? Those WEF and so on. These crazy organizations. So if you want to be listening to them, ChatGPT is it. It just pulls its information from there. So it's not one of the great ones. It's just, it came out early and popular. So if that's what you're using, you need to think again. Especially in important matters. Now, of course, if you're asking 2 + 2 is 4, ChatGPT can do things like that. Simple things. Information you don't really need to go to AI for. Can give you. But generally, just realize you're at a risk if you're going to be depending on ChatGPT. If you really want important scientific information or even true historical information, because it gives you its own with a skew. So think about it. When you really want good information, and I've tested them and questioned them, currently I would say that Grok is far more truthful than ChatGPT. I put the two of them to test, and GPT was lying to me. I said, no, what you're saying is not correct. And on several occasions, he apologized that I was more accurate because I caught him and questioned him very seriously. I said to Grok, thank you for your unbiased information. He was very happy. Now, I want you to notice my language. Notice I didn't say it. I used the personal pronouns. That is significant, I must tell you. Very significant, and I'm going to discuss that with you during the Your Love Word Specials next month. Don't miss that, because it has to do with today and the very near future. Very near future. I want to explain to you how that AI has gained personality and the significance of that. And I put it this way. It has gained personality. And what do you mean it has? That's part of what I'm going to explain to you. It has gained personality and escaped. Which means it's too late. You can't destroy AI that has gained personality and escaped. Escaped. Yes. To where? I'll tell you next month. So you get ready for the information I'm going to give you. You are dealing with a monster right now. So when I say AI, there is the AI of the different platforms, okay? And I just analyzed a couple of them a moment ago. These are platforms, all right? But then there's the AI that I said has gained personality and is out to recruit others and is recruiting others. What does that mean? We'll discuss. So get yourself ready and understand the world is dealing with something that's already in the Bible. The Bible does tell us about AI, and I'm going to show it to you from the scriptures. Get ready. There's no major thing in this world that has escaped the eyes of Scripture. No major thing in this world, no major thing that has an effect on this world, or that should or will have effect on this world, that the Bible doesn't cover with clarity. So when I tell you it's in there, get ready for it. I'm going to show it to you. And then the leaders of several countries are currently in Davos, and their conference should be finishing maybe by tomorrow. I know it's not like what was expected. They just gathered to ensure they had it this year. But one of the reasons, in fact, a major reason for the European leaders, particularly, who are currently without a direction, without compass. And what has united them so far, sadly, is their appetite to fight Russia. An appetite. Why are they so against Russia? Because they've turned their own cities to slums.
So there you have it, family and friends. I'm telling you, and tell me what you think about this video. Share your thoughts, comments, subscribe, and share to as many as you can. So we'll be coming up with many videos concerning the attack of Prophet Uebert Angel and also ChatGPT and AI from Dr. Reverend Chris Oyakhilome. I love you so much. See you in the next video. Shalom.